Normally, Component Studio is operating in the RGB color space. However, you can actually export to the CMYK color space, which is what you'd need to do if you're going to use the images that come from Component Studio with a long-run printer, like Panda, Wingo, Longpack, or any of the other long-run printers. CMYK is the color space used in printing. However, it's a much smaller gamut of colors than RGB. So there are a couple of caveats you need to be aware of. The first is that most printers, when they print black text, are going to want to use something called overprint black. This is because CMYK uses color separation. We actually separate the colors into cyan, magenta, yellow, and key, which is black. In long-run printing, those four colors are actually printed one after the other, and if they don't line up perfectly, you get some problems. That's because in PDFs, which is what are used for printing, there's something called knockout. Basically, everything behind an image or text goes away. So as you can see on the left here, this black circle creates a knockout hole in the other colors that are beneath it. If you use overprint black, black will not knock out the colors behind it. If you knock out the colors behind it, you can end up with things like this, where there's a little bit of a slice between the black and the other colors. For this reason, we've implemented overprint black in Component Studio. It's under the advanced settings of any text step. Now, one of the caveats of this is that it assumes that your text will be black. Therefore, it takes away all of your color options. You'll note before the word colors was blue, and that's because we have the category in the alternate font which has blue. But as soon as we enable overprint black, it turns all of the text in this text step to black and sets it up on its own layer. There are other caveats as well. For example, if we look at the face of this, overprinting black, black will be the last color that is printed. It is literally over the other colors. So if I enable overprint black on this image, the text comes to the foreground. In addition, you'll lose any kind of formatting that you have beyond the font itself on this. So the shadow goes away, the colors go away. If you had a stroke, it would also go away. Many long-run printers will require you to overprint black if you have black text in your designs. However, it's an option here because it's really your choice. So now let me show you how easy it is to export a CMYK PDF for a long-run printer. Just go back to your designs, go to the Export menu, and export to CMYK PDF. Now you'll have a couple of options here that your printer may ask you to switch, but if you don't know, just hit the green button and export. This will take a few minutes, and then we'll have our new exported PDF. You should preview your PDF. You'll note that the colors will be slightly different than they were in RGB. Generally speaking, colors are more muted. This is because it's on paper where light is going to reflect rather than coming through a screen where light is projected directly at you. Remember when I said that the CMYK color gamut is smaller? This is that effect. Overprint black actually literally allows us to turn off the black layer and everything else will still be there in full color. So for example, I'm going to turn off the black layer. And now you can see that the other part of the image is rendered completely separate. And that's CMYK PDFs in Component Studio.